Hey guys, the Explorer04 here, Horrorboy465, welcome back to some more reviews, and as you guys can see, I am back home, just got back from vacation. It was very fun, very relaxing, and that's just pretty much why I was gone for a little bit, not making videos. I was on vacation, but it's good being back. It's good being back to doing some more videos for you guys. I have two more movies to talk about in the Hatchet trilogy. And I know that it's been lingering on Hatchet 1 review. That review has been up for a while now, and there hasn't been any reviews for Part 2 or Part 3 yet. But I just rewatched Hatchet 2. Probably going to rewatch Hatchet 3 a little bit later on today. And I'm going to get these reviews going for you guys. But anyways, guys, welcome to the review. And today I'm talking about Hatchet 2. Now, Hatchet 2 is a film from 2010. It is the sequel to the original Hatchet. It is the second film in the Hatchet trilogy currently. I'm not too sure if they're going to make any sequels or not, because I believe in Hatchet 3 in the commentary. I watched it a long time ago. But I believe in the commentary, I think Adam Green said that they do make another one that, their involvement is done. That's the last movie that Adam Green and pretty much everybody else is involved with. If they do a Hatchet 4, it won't be with like Adam Green and stuff like that. It'll be a different person behind it. But so far as we speak, as this video is uploaded, this is a 3-film franchise. But, the future, I don't think anybody can tell the future, so there could be a Hatchet 4. I'm not too sure. But I think the franchise is at its good right now. It doesn't really need any more sequels. It's at a good ending with Hatchet 3. Hatchet 3 is a great movie. I wouldn't say that Hatchet 2 is as good as Hatchet 3. I think Hatchet 3 has the gore, but it also has the action and also has a better atmosphere. And I'll talk a little bit more about Hatchet 3 that makes it a little bit more of a better sequel than Hatchet 2. But I still love Hatchet 2. I'm not going to try and, down-talk Hatchet 2. Hatchet 2 is a great sequel. It's a fun movie. It's not as good as the first movie. The first movie is one of my favorite movies of the 2000s. And it's a really, really fun and enjoyable horror film. That's a really good tribute to 80s slasher films and going back to the old school style of old school slasher films. Hatchet 2 is the sequel to that. Of course, this is a pretty good looking poster here. There's a DVD. Hatchet 2. What I like about these DVDs for the sequels is it's a little bit different than usual. They have the see-through case, which I believe is just Dark Sky Films, and generally have that with their movies. The sort of the see-through case. I don't know. I always enjoyed that about the Dark Sky movies DVDs. They have these clear-looking cases. It's pretty cool. And it's also come with some features. It comes with Hatchet behind the scenes, trailer, teaser, TV spot, radio spot, commentaries, 2 commentaries, and the movie is the unrated director's cut, and it is a very good movie. I think that Hatchet 2 is a very good sequel. Like I said, Hatchet 2 I don't think is as good as Hatchet 3, but I still would say that, it's still a fun, great sequel that I can have fun time with. And Hatchet 2 is pretty much about, it picks up right where the first movie ends, where you got Mary Beth Dunstan. She's fighting off Victor Crowley, and she gets away, she escapes, she finds what would be the character from the first movie that, oh crap, forgot his, John Carl Biegler, Jack Cracker. You got his character from the first movie, the guy who drinks his own pee and stuff like that. If you guys seen the first movie, you guys know what I'm talking about. But he's back in this movie at the beginning of this movie, and he helps out Mary Beth, helps her get her back to safety. And he finds out that Mary Beth is the daughter to Robert Englund's character from the first movie. And he doesn't want anything to do with her. He gets out of the cabin, throws her the gun and everything, and gets her out of his home. And meanwhile, Hatchet Face, or Victor Crowley, arrives and kills him. And pretty much what the rest of the movie is about is Mary Beth learning about her past, learning about her father's past. And this movie really does delve deeper into the Victor Crowley legend. I think that's what is a strong point about this movie, is that as far as story goes, I think it really adds a lot to the story. And there's a lot of great storytelling in this movie. There's a great addition to the Victor Crowley story in this movie. There's a lot more detail to it. It's more than just a deformed guy running around the woods. They go more into the backstory that Victor Crowley's father was cheating on his girlfriend, and with this nurse, and pretty much when the nurse was pregnant, the sick past girlfriend of Victor Crowley's father comes back to life and curses the girl who he was cheating with to give birth to a monster, which would become Victor Crowley. Now, I really enjoyed that because it also adds on to the original story. It adds a little bit more to it, gives it a little bit more pizzazz, gives it a little bit, more details, and I really do like that. So that was really good. And pretty much the rest of the story, it's a very simple, very basic story of basically Mary Beth Winstead. She talks to Reverend Zombie, played by Tony Todd, who does a great job in this movie. And they form up a group to go back to the swamp and for Mary Beth to kill Victor Crowley. They get this group of hunters together. You got Vernon, who's his character, that, there's points where he is fine, there's points where he's kind of annoying. And you've also got this quiet dude, doesn't really talk that much with a scar right here. You get R.A. Mihailoff, who was Leatherface and Texas Massacre Part 3. You also get the director himself, Tom Holland, who I'm a big fan of his work, is a great director. He's also a very good actor in this movie. He does a very good job in the acting part. Did a very good job. But you got Tom Holland playing Mary Beth's uncle. And so you got a really good cast in this movie. I mean, you got Tony Todd, R.A. Mihailoff, Tom Holland. You also do got Danielle Harris, who played Jamie in Halloween 4. She's also in Laid to Rest 2. She's also in Hatchet 3. She's been in a lot of movies. She's also in See No Evil 2. But you've got Danielle Harris in this movie. And her as Mary Beth Winstead, I just thought was great. The original actress, I thought she did a decent job, but I thought that what Danielle Harris did to the character is add more to it, made the character, you just really bought that she was this tough character who wants revenge for her family, and you just really bought that with Danielle Harris. And I'm just a really big fan of Danielle Harris. She did a great job in Halloween 4, Halloween 5. Rob Zombie's Halloween, she was alright in the role, did a decent job. But I'm a big fan of her in Laid to Rest 2, big fan of her in Hatchet 3. Although I really do wish they would have given her a little bit more to do in Hatchet 3, but she still did a great job in Hatchet 3. Danielle Harris as Mary Beth did a great job. But the original girl from Hatchet 1 did a good job as well, but I prefer Danielle Harris a little bit more. And pretty much Danielle Harris and Tony Todd and you got Tom Holland. They all pretty much form this group along with some other hunters. And they go to the swamp to hunt down Victor Crowley. And you find out that Tony Todd is sort of having this plan set up to where he's going to sacrifice R.A. Mihailoff and Tom Holland because they were both involved in the fire that caused Victor Crowley to die when he got the hatchet put in his face accidentally by his dad. So Tony Todd sort of has this background plan that, maybe if he gets them killed, the curse is released and everybody will be fine. He can use this swamp to get money. And while people are there, people get slaughtered. It's such a great body count, and all the kills are just great. You got people getting their faces chopped off, practical effects too. This one death scene where Victor Crowley grabs a spear and shoves through a guy's face, cutting the guy's head off while there's a funny death scene where two people are having sex, and Victor Crowley cuts the guy's head off as he's doing the girl, and when he cuts the dude's head off, the body goes faster, and the girl's like, "Whoa, you're going too fast." And I thought that was a great scene. And of course, Victor Crowley hits her, and you know where he hits her down there, pulls it out, hits her right here in the chest, and you get a similar shot from Hatchet 1 where there's blood that goes in the tree. There's a crazy, crazy death scene in this movie where there's like a freaking, 10-foot chainsaw that Victor Crowley gets, freaking huge chainsaw, and he goes in between the legs with the chainsaw for these two guys, and they both get picked up on the chainsaw. And you even see, if they're getting picked up down there, you know what drops down. You see the balls drop down, and chainsaw chopping them up, and like he rips through them, and they fall apart, and it was all practical, and it was just a freaking awesome death scene, freaking painful, really gory, and really well done practical effects. There's also a death scene where he takes the back of the hatchet, takes it like that, and like busts a guy's face in. Takes a guy and puts his face in the back of these boat propellers, and it cuts his face to bits. Takes Reverend Zombie, cuts him in half, chops him in half with a hatchet, takes the other part of him and rips it out, so you see like Tony Todd's like skin and muscle and stuff like that. Crazy death scene. Tom Holland does get killed, but he gets killed off camera. And just a fantastic, body count and some really great death scenes. That is a very strong point in this movie. I also think that story is a very strong point in this movie. There's a lot of really good, parts of the story and parts of the script in this movie. This movie does have a very well written script and a very well written story. It's just, I think that, when it comes to the story, it's strong, and when it comes to the naked effects and the death scenes, those are also strong points. But I'll get to some issues I have in a minute, because this movie does have a little bit of problems, at least for me. But the finale of the movie is pretty much where Tony Todd has successfully had Ari Mayhew and Tom Holland killed, and he's celebrating. And pretty much Victor Crowley comes out of the cabin, or his house pretty much, and kills Tony Todd. I don't know why I had a brain fart there for a second. Kills him, rips his skin off and everything. Daniel Harris, stabs and pushes Victor Crowley on the ground and takes the hatchet and just chops into and buries the hatchet right into Victor Crowley's face. And just over and over again, beating his face with the freaking hatchet. And then she walks away, you think it's over with, and you see a shot of Victor Crowley's hand moving, as if it was going to be the end of the movie, like a sequel shot. Like a shot for, saying there's going to be a sequel. No, Daniel Harris grabs a freaking shotgun, comes back in point range, and goes, F you, or I think she says, F you, and just fires like 2 or 3 shotgun shells into Victor Crowley's face, point blank, and the movie ends right there. So yeah, the finale is great. It's a very fast-paced film, has lots of gore, a little bit of nudity if you guys are into that. There's a little bit of nudity in this movie, which was fun. Gore, great death scenes, freaking crazy, insane death scenes. Also, John Carl Buechler's death scene is where he gets his guts ripped out, wrapped around him, and his head pops off. And it's just bloody and gory. It was just another really good death scene. So yeah, death scenes are nailed. The gore was nailed. The story was nailed. And some of the humor was done decently. And the pace was good. So those are the really good things about this movie, is the story, the pacing, the gore, the death scenes, the writing. That stuff was good. But I do have some issue with this movie, and it's the reason why this is probably my least favorite of the trilogy. Again, I really enjoy it, but I would say it's my least favorite, because Hatchet 3, I'll get to that, but there's a lot more reasons why I enjoy that movie a little bit more. But with Hatchet 2, it's from a different film company. I know that Anchor Bay wasn't involved with it. It's, Dark Sky Pictures, or Dark Sky Films right there. But I do know they got some footage from the Anchor Bay original movie Hatchet. I believe they got some original footage from that. And a little bit of the music too. But I feel like there's some problems with this movie that, when it comes to the fact of sometimes the humor doesn't work. In the original movie it worked all the time. In the third movie the humor worked for what was there. But in this movie, a lot of the humor just did not make me laugh. It was not humorous. A lot of times, it wasn't that funny. You got the Vernon character on the boat singing biscuits and the chicken and the mashed potatoes and the biscuits and the chicken and the biscuits. That goes on for like 2 minutes, and it really isn't funny. You also got not a death scene, but you also got a scene where he like takes Mary Beth's mouth. He's like, oh hello. He's like flirting with her pretty much. He's like moving her mouth and going, please kiss me. He's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he's moving her mouth and pretty much teasing her. And it was supposed to be funny, but I didn't really care for the scene, to be honest. It wasn't really funny. However, there are some funny scenes involving Vernon. There is some scenes when they're in the swamp that are pretty hilarious. But a lot of the humor, not just from Vernon, but like just the humor in general, the cookie scene or just the humor, I really didn't care for. A lot of it I wasn't laughing at. A lot of it was just like it falls flat and it doesn't really make me laugh. It just sort of was like, okay, whatever. That joke wasn't that funny. So the humor wasn't as strong as the original in this movie. It doesn't really have the best humor in it. And there's something about this movie's like look. It doesn't really have a good atmosphere. First of all, it looks like it has a lower quality camera than the first movie. It looks like it's more low budget than the first movie. It has a low budget look to it. So yeah, as far as camera work and stuff like that, it was kind of disappointing because it just looked cheaper. Just the way that it was shot and stuff, it looked cheaper. And even the set design, besides the actual real environments that we got in the movie, the rest of the sets, they look like set pieces. The trees, the moss, the water, the fog, everything looked fake. It looked like it was just placed there for a set piece. And it's like, there's nothing natural about it. There's nothing that makes it look real. It looks like a set. And I don't know, it just looked very cheap, the set did. You could tell that it was not really real trees, that it wasn't really real moss or leaves, or, the fog was just put in there by machine. You can just tell that. It just looked cheap. So that was also a problem. And so yeah, just the jokes, the look of the movie, the camera work, with the certain shots and stuff like that was okay. It was a decently shot movie. It just had this very cheap look to it. And the set looked very cheap as well. But besides those problems, really I can't think of anything else. It's a very fast-paced, short, fun, definitely R-rated, gory fun time, and I still really enjoy the movie. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching my review on Hatchet II, and I'll see you guys probably a little bit later on for my review of Hatchet 3. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching the review. The Explorer 4 is back. Sorry for the delay, but I was on vacation, but I'm back, and some more videos are going to be coming to you guys soon. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Also, the intro's back. The intro should be at the beginning of this video, so it's back. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.